Kagome doesn't know what to do next. After all, a human like her managed to obtain the sacred sword that two great demons couldn't. She is therefore instantly confronted by Sesshomaru, who asks her how she was able to draw the sword. Obviously, no one there has the answer to that question, so Inuyasha asks his brother not to hurt her, and asks Kagome to hand over the sword so she could survive. Kagome is unwilling to do so, as she believes that since he couldn't even move it, he doesn't own the sword. Even if she had given it to him, Sesshomaru does not plan to let her go alive, and he also tells Inuyasha that he is weak for defending humans. Just like his father, they share that mercy and affection that they have towards humans, but that is the feeling that killed him. On the other hand, he is not like that, and he is not interested in humans at all, so out of nowhere he attacks Kagome. Inuyasha is angry at what he has done, but his strength is not enough to confront him, so Sesshomaru takes advantage and hits him repeatedly. In the midst of this, Inuyasha remembers that when he was a child, he was not accepted by the demons, nor by the humans, and his mother cried at the thought of everything that awaited her little son. Drawing strength from this memory, Inuyasha strikes Sesshomaru for using the memory of his mother to set him up, and for harming Kagome. Surprisingly, this time he managed to do a little damage to Sesshomaru's armor. However, Kagome is apparently not dead, and she emerges from among the rubble to give Inuyasha the sacred sword. The girl had been protected by the energy of the spell coming from the sword. After seeing this, Sesshomaru is clearly angry, and to avoid further wasting time with these useless people, he transforms into his true form, a huge dog demon, wanting to finish them off in one go. Inuyasha asks Kagome to hide in a safe place, and uses the sword to fight the demon dog. But Sesshomaru lets his drool flow to spread a toxic poison into the air that immobilizes all creatures. So Jaken, Kagome, and Myoga climb the walls to get out of the place and save their lives. Inuyasha knows he can't stay for long either, but when he tries to get away from the place, the poison takes effect on him, making him unable to move his arms. Just in that moment of weakness, he is caught by his brother, and to avoid being chewed, Inuyasha drives the sword into the dog's eye, managing to free himself. Upon reaching Kagome and Myoga's side, the little flea asks him to use the powers of the Fang sword to win the fight. This only annoys Inuyasha, because this useless sword did not help him at all when he fought. Upon hearing that he would not be able to defeat his brother, the flea can only flee like the coward he is. On the contrary, Kagome tells Inuyasha that she completely trusts in his powers and strength. Plus, the sword had been inherited by his father, so it certainly isn't a simple piece of trash. He just has to put in some effort when fighting. Inuyasha tells her that it doesn't matter if the sword doesn't work, because he is very strong, unlike her, a fragile human who would surely die if she faced the dog. His words make the girl cry as she thinks that everything is lost, so upon seeing this, Inuyasha yells at her to stop crying, because no matter what happens, he will always protect her. He leaves to face Sesshomaru after that, but something's different now, because when he swings the sword again, Inuyasha feels how the sword begins to pulsate. But not only that, he can even hear the heartbeats coming from it. When he cuts off the dog's entire arm with the sword, he realizes that it has transformed into the powerful Fang, one of the most powerful weapons. With this, he understands how great the power of his late father had been, so he tells his brother that compared to their father, both of them are still insignificant, both in power and size. But when he sees the powerful treasure that he left him, he is not willing to give it to anyone, not even his own brother. Plus, it's not like they were the closest, so Inuyasha doesn't hesitate to give him a few good blows with the sword, causing Sesshomaru to be unable to defend himself and continue fighting. That's why he runs away to recover, and Jaken immediately follows him, because if he stayed there, they would surely kill him. After the fight ends, Kagome rushes to Inuyasha to make sure he's okay, and Myoga does the same. He clarifies that he was not trying to escape. He was just making preparations for everyone's return. However, after seeing Inuyasha's sincere face, Myoga confesses to them that he really had intentions of escaping when he saw the brothers' powers and his low chance of winning. After this, the group returns to the village, and the Black Pearl returns to Inuyasha's right eye. Since there is no longer any treasure worth searching for in the tomb, he assumes that his father will finally have the rest he has been waiting for. Also, when they meet Kaide, Myoga tells them that the reason Kagome managed to draw the Fang was because she is a human, since in the past, the one who created the sword did so to protect Inuyasha's mother, who was also human. The Fang is a sword that can only be used by those who have the desire to protect and who have love for humans. That's why the sword reacted when Inuyasha said he would protect Kagome, unlike Sesshomaru, who really wants the destruction of humans.